Chapter 1: Network Technologies. To know in this chapter how to connect to a network, types of physical and wireless media, how to access shared resources in a network, data communication and networking. The process of sending digital data from one computer to another or multiple computers with the help of networking is called data communication. Networking means transmission of data by setting up computer networks. As of now, Internet is globally the biggest form of computer networks. Computer network and its components. By computer network, we understand a group of computers and additional peripheral devices which are connected together for transferring the data between hardware devices. For instance, if a computer in the network has a printer connected to it, then all the computers connected to the same network can also access the printer. Computer A, Computer B, Computer C, Hub. In a network, all the computers can communicate with each other. Not only this, they can work independently too. Every computer device connected to the network is a node. The node which broadcasts any information in the network is known as the sender, and the nodes which receive that information are called receivers. The nodes are connected to each other in the network either through wired medium like cables and telephone lines, or through wireless medium such as radio waves and infrared light beams. Computer A, medium, message, Computer B. Let's learn about the different components involved in a computer network. Message. It is the data that is transmitted from one node to another in a computer network. It can be in different formats like pictures, video, audio, text, etc. Transmission medium. This is the medium through which the information travels from one computer to another or multiple computers in the network. Twisted pair cable, fiber optic cable, coaxial cable, and radio waves are some examples. Sender. Sender is the computer device in the network which transmits information to other computers. Receiver. Receiver is the computer device in the network which receives information transmitted from another computer. Protocol. A protocol is the set of rules defined for communication between network devices. Data transmission without a network protocol is impossible. Advantages of a computer network. Computer network has many advantages today. Information can be shared quickly and efficiently over the network from one computer to another. The costs involved are also negligible. Faster and effective data transfer. Data files can be transferred very quickly and reliably on a computer network as compared to other mediums of information sharing. Resource sharing. The hardware devices, printer, hard disk, etc. connected to one computer can be accessed by the rest of the computer devices which are active on the same computer network. Not only this, you can share software too. Saving of money. Multiple computers can share a single hardware device or all computers can access a single software. This directly saves a lot of money as separate devices or software are not required. Access to information on remote computers. With the help of the Internet, information stored on any remote computer to which a user does not have physical access can be transmitted to multiple computers. This way we can do a number of things like booking tickets, paying bills, etc. while sitting from the comfort of our homes. Quick, cheap and reliable communication. Earlier we had to pay for sending even an SMS. But these days, with the help of Internet network, we can send messages to one another in any part of the world without paying for each message. Services like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger are available without any direct cost. Security. A computer network also takes care of the security aspects during the transmission of information. sensitive information can be made password protected. This way, the information can only be accessed by authorized users who know the password. Major components of a computer network. Network Operating System (NOS). There are two types of operating systems: Client Operating System (COS) and Network Operating System (NOS). COS is a commonly used operating system which is installed on personal computers like Windows and Mac. On the other hand, NOS is designed for server computers which manage network resources. NOS supports file sharing, resource sharing, application sharing, etc. over the network. Along with this, it also offers network security in an environment where multiple computers are connected. Printer, server, hub, client 1, client 2. Network Interface Card (NIC). The Network Interface Card is also known as Network Adapter and is a device which allows a computer to connect with the network or other computers. A unique hardware address, which is the Media Access Control MAC address, is embedded on each network interface card. Computers identify each other in a network and share information with each other with the help of this adapter. There are two types of NICs: Wired Network Interface Card. The wired NIC, such as Ethernet NIC, is used to connect computers to a network. Here, data is shared via cables. Wireless Network Interface Card. Using radio wave technology, the wireless NICs help the computers to connect with each other in a network. These days, majority of the computer systems and laptops have inbuilt wireless NICs. In case there is a fault with the inbuilt wireless NIC, you can connect an external wireless NIC. Modem. Modem is a device which is used to convert analog signals into digital signals and vice versa. That is why it is known as modulator-demodulator. In a computer, information is stored in digital form. When this information is transmitted to a network, the modem converts this digital information into an analog form so that it can be transferred through cable wires. The receiving computer will also have a modem which converts these analog signals into digital form so that the computer can process that information. Hub and switch. Hub and switch are network hardware devices that connect devices in a network. The difference between both of them is in their nature of transmitting data. Hub transmits data or information to all the devices connected to the hub. This increases data traffic in the network and slows down the speed. On the other hand, switch recognizes the devices for which the data has to be transferred and sends it to that device only. Bridge. This is a device which is used to connect two similar networks. Gateway. This is a device which is used to connect two dissimilar networks. Router. The router is a device that directs the data traffic in a network to the fastest available path between the sender computer and the receiver. When data is transmitted through a network, it divides itself into tiny packets. These packets take different routes within the network to reach the receiver. When these packets reach the destination, they reassemble themselves and transform into the original message. It is the router which automatically selects the fastest path for the data packet in a computer network. Repeater. When data is transmitted over large distances, the signals become weak. Here, we use the repeater device to amplify signals so that the data signals travel greater distance with the same strength or even more. This communication device cleans the electronic signals and retransmits them. Network architectures. A network architecture is the framework which depicts the entire framework of a computer network. It shows how computers are arranged in the network and how different tasks are located in the network. Broadly, the network architectures are of two types: peer-to-peer architecture, client or server architecture. Peer-to-peer architecture. The word peer means equal, and therefore in peer-to-peer architecture all computers are equal. Here all computers are referred to as peers. This means there is no server computer in this type of architecture and all computers are connected to each other. We can also say that here data is shared directly between the computers. This type of architecture is preferable for small organizations. The peer-to-peer architecture is easy to install and is also cost effective. The best part about this architecture is that failure of one peer does not hamper the other computers. Client or server architecture. In this type of architecture, the computers are not independent in the network. They are controlled by a centralized computer, which is the center point of the network. This centralized computer is called the server, and the rest of the computers in the network are called clients. These clients are dependent on the server for their functionality and services like data, storage, etc. If the server fails, the computer network goes out of function. Types of computer network. There are 4 basic types of computer networks which are classified on the basis of area covered. Let's study them one by one. Personal Area Network (PAN). This is the starting stage of the computer network. This type of network is great for a small office or home purposes and provides communication within a range of 10 meters. PAN can be both wired as well as wireless. Normally, a PAN would include 2 or more computers, telephones, smartphones, printer, etc. Local Area Network (LAN). Local Area Network or LAN is widely used in small to medium organizations. They are very easy to establish and maintain. LAN has a range of 1 kilometer and can accommodate all the computers in its range. LAN is used widely in schools, colleges, multinational companies, group of buildings, etc. Metropolitan Area Network (MAN). As the name suggests, Metropolitan Area Network interconnects computers in a slightly large geographic region. Typically, the range of MAN is 10 km and often covers an entire city or college campus. Metropolitan area networks are mostly wireless and are formed by connecting multiple LANs. Wide Area Network (WAN). Wide Area Network or WAN is the largest form of computer network. Businesses, universities, and government entities use Wide Area Network to transfer and receive data from various locations of the world. The Internet can also be considered a type of WAN. It generally has a range of more than 100 kilometers. Transmission media. In a network, computers are connected to each other through different types of transmission media. Physical media. This means any physical form of connection like wires and cables. Examples include fiber optic cable, coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, etc. Wireless media. Here signals are sent through air or space in a computer network. The media of transmission is invisible in this case. Examples include infrared, microwave, and satellite signals. Physical media. Ethernet cable. An Ethernet cable looks like a telephone cable. It connects devices such as PCs, routers, and switches within a LAN. These cables are not preferred over long distances. Twisted pair cable. A twisted pair cable is made up of wires twisted together to reduce noise during transmission, which can possibly hamper communications. The entire cable is covered with a plastic covering. Coaxial cable. The coaxial cable is extensively used in computer networks and it is heavily guarded by outer covering. It is mostly used in the cable TV industry and is less susceptible to disturbances. Fiber optic cable. This is the latest and fastest form of physical media for transmitting data within a network. It is made from thin flexible glass tubing. The bandwidth of fiber optic cable is greater than twistor pair cable or coaxial cable. It has a disadvantage that apart from being expensive, it is very fragile. The thin strands of glass can break easily during installation. Wireless technology, infrared technology. Infrared technology uses short-range wireless signals to transfer digital data bidirectionally. This technology used in transfer of data is the same that is used in television remotes and game remotes. The disadvantage of using infrared technology is that, unlike Bluetooth or Wi-Fi technologies, infrared network signals cannot pass through walls or obstructions and works only in the direct line of sight. Bluetooth technology. The Bluetooth networking links phones, computers and other devices over short distances. On an average, Bluetooth connectivity ranges up to 30 feet or 10 meters. Bluetooth connectivity is limited in range as compared to Wi-Fi. These days, a lot of devices including mouse, printer and keyboard are equipped with Bluetooth technology. Wireless LAN. WLAN. A wireless local area network connects devices over short range during the wireless technology that uses radio waves. Each computer connected to the WLAN is equipped with network interface card whose antenna transmits data signals that are received and routed by the access point, which is a wireless network switch. WLANs have become very effective these days as users with devices such as laptops and smartphones can move around in the coverage area and be connected to the network at the same time. This wireless technology is called Wi-Fi or wireless fidelity. The range of the high-speed WLAN is up to 30 meters. Wireless MANs. A wireless metropolitan area network is a wireless network that connects several local area networks over a large area. For installing wireless MAN within a radius of 50 kilometers, the wireless technology called the WiMAX or Worldwide Interoperability for Microwave Access is used. Wireless WANs. This network joins the computers in a network over a large area. This is beneficial for companies that have branches in multiple cities or countries. Networking terminology. Internet. It is a global network that connects computers around the world. Basically, it is a type of wide area network which provides humongous information about a variety of topics. With the help of standardized communication protocols, interconnected networks communicate together to form the Internet. Intranet. Intranet is a computer network in an organization which is used to share files and resources securely. The data shared on intranet cannot be accessed by any user outside the network as it is secured by the firewall. For example, employees of a publication house can view and edit the draft contents of their upcoming books, but the same data cannot be accessed by any user outside the organization. In common language, bandwidth means the speed of the network. It is the amount of data that can be transferred in a fixed time and is expressed in bits per second or bytes per second. These days, as transmission speed has improved in networks, bandwidth is expressed in megabytes per second. Internet Service Provider (ISP). ISPs are companies that give internet connections to users. As you know, there are monthly as well as long-term plans to buy internet connection from these companies. Common examples are Jio, Vi and Airtel. Website. A website is a set of particular pages which give information and data about a specific area of interest. It is recognized by the same domain name, which is the address of the website. The pages of a website are written in languages like HTML, VB-script, and JavaScript. Each website is owned by an individual, organization, or company. Web portal. The literal meaning of portal is an entrance. So, in the context of internet, the web portal is basically a gateway for many online services like emails, search engines, e-commerce, etc. We can say that a web portal is also a website which provides different services to the user. These days, search engines are also working as web portals. Examples include Google, MSN, Yahoo, etc. Homepage. Homepage is the first page of a website and contains introductory information about the website along with links to other web pages of the website. Link. Link is a channel that connects two devices. Hyperlink. Hyperlink is a video, audio, or image that when clicked directs the browser to a different web page or to another area within the same web page. Hypertext. Hypertext is a text phrase that takes the user to another web page or website when we click on it. It usually appears in blue color with an underline. Hypermedia. This is a hypertext that is accompanied by graphics, audio, or video. Uniform Resource Locator (URL). URL or Uniform Resource Locator is the unique address of a website or a web page. You need to enter the URL in the address bar of the browser to go to that particular website. An example of URL is https://www.theultimateknowledge.com. IP address. IP address is a unique string of numbers that is assigned to each device connected to the internet. It gets linked with all online activity that you do. The unique string of numbers is provided to each computer by Internet Engineering Task Force. The IP address is made up of a string of 4 numbers which vary from 0 to 255 and are separated by dots. Example: 120.46.2.202. Domain Name System. The Domain Name System (DNS) is the phone book of the Internet. All computers on the Internet communicate with one another using IP addresses, which are strings of digits. But when we search for a website, we do not enter the website's IP address. We type the domain name of the website. It is the DNS service that translates domain names into IP addresses and helps the user connect to a website. Working in a networked environment. In today's age, working with computer networks has become a regular thing in educational institutions, multinational companies, and government agencies. Basically, you will find computer networks everywhere. Thus, it is very important for everyone to understand the basic operations in a networked environment. Login onto a network. Let us now understand how to connect to a computer network so that we can share the information with other computers in the same network. Login on is the process of connecting to a computer network. This process authenticates your identity as an authorized computer user to enter and use the network. The operating system Windows 10 is quite compatible for networking purposes. When you start a networked computer, before the desktop appears on screen, a log-on prompt appears on screen asking you to enter your username and password to connect to the network. Input your username, enter your password, press the enter key to log on to the networked computer. After successfully logging onto the network, we can view the data available on the network. If we wish to exit from the network, click on the log off button. Find this button in the Start menu. Every network provides user accounts to its users to help them access the network. This user account is identified by a unique user ID that comprises of a username and a password. After you enter the username and password, the network identifies you to be an authorized user and grants you access to the network. Viewing shared resources on a network. Once you have logged on to a network, you can view all the content and data on the network. To access the data on the network, click on the Start menu and then select the network icon. The network window will appear on the screen. Here, you can see all the computers that have been listed for sharing on networked computers. Under the Other Devices and Printers category, you can also view other devices which are connected to the network. Accessing a file from the shared device. Follow these steps to access a file or folder from the shared network device. Click on the Start menu and go to the network icon. The network window will appear. You will see the different computers available on the network. Click on the shared computer from where you have to access the data. To copy the file or folder, right-click on it and then select the copy option. Now, go to the destination on your computer device where you have to paste the copied file or folder. Right-click on the View pane and select the Paste option. The file or folder will be copied from the computer in the shared network to a preferred destination in your computer. Revise with TUK. The process of sending digital data from one computer to another or multiple computers with the help of networking is called data communication. In a network, all computers are connected to each other and are called nodes. The node which broadcasts any information in the network is known as the sender, and the nodes which receive that information are called receivers. The network interface card is a device which allows a computer to connect with the network or other computers. Modem is a device which is used to convert analog signals into digital signals and vice versa, which is why it is known as modulator-demodulator. A network architecture is the framework which depicts the entire framework of a computer network. It is of two types, peer-to-peer architecture and client or server architecture. Bandwidth means the speed of the network and is the amount of data that can be transferred in a fixed time. Fiber optic cable is the latest and fastest form of physical media for transmitting data within a network. It is made from thin flexible glass tubing.